Hi everybody, it's Judy here at River City Sewing bringing you this week's video news. Well, first off, Happy New Year to everybody. Hope you had a lovely Christmas and New Year celebration and, recovered from all of those festivities. And so today we are heading into 2026 with a brand new website, and I'm here today to go through all of that so I can give you a bit of an overview of how to search it, how it's all set out and where things are, so you have a bit more visibility as to where things are. The one thing I will say first, if you're Googling stuff at the moment, because it's a new website, those links aren't quite picking up and our little locator hasn't quite found us on Google Maps yet. It's simply because of the changeover of the website. So if you are wondering what's happened to that Google Maps locator, we are still here, but it takes about 2 weeks for that little locator to put us back on the map again. So, I mean, many of you know where we are, but if you're wondering why it's not there, it's just a whole cyberspace Google thing. So we're getting it sorted out, so it won't be too long for that to happen. But in the meantime, I want to introduce you to our new site. So I'm just going to change cameras and take you into River City Sewing. Okay, so when you first land on this page, it's a bit dark at the top, and then it has the overlays with the machines, and there's lots of there'll be lots of different pictures come up here. So let me just refresh that screen again. So you can see I've put a few sliders up there to show you some of the new machines. There's some that will feature either some fabric or different things. And if you see something you like, you can go through, and when it comes up, you can go shop now and it will send you to the category where that is. This one is basically just a preview photo thing. So it's dynamic. So if you're putting this on a phone, it'll make that smaller so that you can see, and it's quite fun. It's really quite interesting. So when you move your mouse, if you're on your laptop or your tablet, when you move over this area, it turns it from dark into a lighter background so that you can see those search items here. Okay, so there's a number of ways you can search for stuff. One is you can just come through and you can search for your brands. We can search. Shop Our Range is the whole website in one. Everything is underneath that Shop Our Range. There's fabric. I've broken up a little bit here at the top, but I've broken it up so that you can see our brands here. All right. The search bar at the top here is where that if you're looking for, say, let's do Clover products or anything Clover, you get a couple of different options. You might be looking for different Clover products. They might list here. You can look for all Clover, and it'll just bring them up in here, and you can see all the pictures. Okay, some of them we're still working on our photos, as you can see, but you'll get a better idea of what some of these are. If there's more than one picture, where's an example of that? Is there one here? Most of these are one picture, but if there's another, it'll flicker over so that you can see the second picture. Okay. If you were looking for something like pins, if you just type pins in and press enter, all the different pins will list up. And as you can see, yes, anything with pin or pins in its description somewhere, it will bring those up. Okay, some of them you may not realize where the pins are, but it's quite a powerful search that's happening here right now. So you can search here. I could search for, as you know, just an example, or needles. It's a classic. Okay, so down the side here, I've got Bernina needles, I've got Schmetz needles, I've got collections of needles. These collections are a group of all different categories put together. So if you click on here, you will then have a choice down the side here of Bernina, Clover, domestic machine, hand embroidery, industrial, blah, 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 Schmetz, all those things. Okay, so if I just wanted Bernina needles, they're all in here. Okay, if I wanted Schmetz needles, untick the Bernina one, it'll show me just all of the Schmetz needles that we have in the store, 33 different types and counting. There's probably a few more to go up there yet. So they're all listed. You know, I could search this way, or I could go here, embroidery, oops. And then it gives me all the different types. All right, so there's a couple of different ways to search. And if I search through this bar, it'll take me directly to that product. And then you can just add to cart, add it to your cart, which is just simply do that. And then you can view your cart. The other way you can add to your cart is, I'll keep up here right now, if I go pins again. I can add to cart just by looking at the picture here, and underneath the product I could go add to cart and ask me how many, and if I want to add 2 instead of 1, or just keep adding, 2, not 12, 2. Now I've got, well, let's put 1 in there, but all I need to do, it will only let you put in as many as I've got. Okay, if I've got more than 1, it'll let me put it. But if I only have, say, these magic pins, I've only got 1 in stock, it'll only let you put the 1 in because that's all I have. All right, I can remove them from here. And I can then just press continue shopping. And it'll take me to all my different collections. So these are quite fun. These collections are all the different categories that we have, and there'll be another little section up on one of these areas here that says the collection list. But it's quite fun. So if you go back to, if you get lost where you are, you can always touch the River City symbol. It'll take you back to the beginning of that home page. So that's the search up here, nice and easy. You don't need to log in, but it will ask you at some point, if once you've checked out the first time, if you want to sign up, if you basically want to use your email address to log in. But you don't need to log in to shop the first time or any time. So underneath, to make it shopping a little bit easier, I've put a category here with all the machines. So these categories include our brands, and underneath each brand is all of the separate categories. So for example, AccuCut will have cutters, it'll have dyes, it'll have tools, it'll have books, it'll have everything here at the side that you can filter. For brands, say Babylock for example, it has machines, it has accessories for 4-thread and 8-thread, and then cover stitch. So all you need to do, if you want to filter it, I only want to see, say, Babylock machines, I can just tick the box and it gets rid of everything else and just shows me all the different Babylock machines. If I want to look for accessories, for if you've got a 4-thread machine, you can just click that and it'll show you all the ones that are relevant for your 4-thread machines. Okay, so this is stuff we're working on in the background, make sure everything is in its right spot. Now, if you see like this one here, that it has a add to cart and this one doesn't, it just means that I don't have stock in the store right now of this product here. Okay, it's only because we can't always keep every foot. I mean, in Babylock's case, they've probably got the least amount of feet of most of the brands, but we can always order it for you. If you want some more information about it, you just go in here. So this is a bit of the description, and you can still add to cart down here at the bottom of the page. You don't have to go, you can go up here, or when you're scrolling down, you can basically come down if it's available. So say I had this Clearfoot, it tells you if there's only a few left, you can add straight to cart, or as you scroll down, it leaves you the ability to do that down the bottom as well, which is fun. Now, like we said, if you get lost, you can come back to the River City symbol on any page and it'll bring you to the home page. All right, so this is, like we said, all our brands of machines. Then underneath, I made it a little bit easier again, and these are your supplies. So they're grouped so that there might be one or two different collections under each one. Now I'll put all our books in one, and basically it's been broken up here on the side if you only want to see patchwork and quilting books, if you want to see sewing books. I mean, some of these will change around as we move through, but you can have a little bit of a look in our library here of our different books and things. And some of these categories are quite big because there's lots of different products underneath the main mother category of, say, quilting supplies. So you can see rulers and templates are there, so I can filter for that, or I can filter for storage. So we're working on a few different category changes for some items, just so it makes it a little bit easier for you to see. But you can get the gist of how that particular search works. So machines, these supplies, and if there's more than what you see on the screen, it might give you a little show all, and as I add a few more categories in there, they will populate, but you don't see them all at once initially. And then of course I've given you a way to shop for some more fabric that everybody needs, and down here this first one is a whole collection of all the fabric we have, and then I've broken it up into solids, tulle, some kits, some panels, pre-cuts, backings, etc., etc. Okay, so most will come under quilting fabric, but those special collections that we've received in, there may be one like this Moda Blueprint range. This is a new range that we received in just before Christmas. So they're all together here. So it's a lot of fun. So underneath the fabric, the biggest, before I move on with that, previously on our previous website, you were able to buy less than 1 metre or fractional measurements. Unfortunately, the trade-off with having such a nice website now is that we can only sell in ones, like 1 metre of any particular fabric. So 1 metre is a great length of fabric, so when you add to cart, you would be adding 1 metre of fabric to your cart. Okay, if you need something more or something less, or if you are adding, say, 2 metres, we will cut it as a 2 metre piece, all right, not 2 1 metres, all right, we'll be cutting it as a 2 metre piece, so rest assured of that. So yeah, and basically all you need to do once you've added it to your cart, it'll be up here, okay? And then you've got options of how you want to check it out. You can remove it, you can add more, you can take away, but basically checkout, you've got a couple of ways to check out. You've got checkout with a credit card, you've got checkout with Shop if you have already used Shop, many of you do. If you're PayPal, and there's GPay, and there was also Apple Pay that's going to be hopefully active there soon. So, but yeah, otherwise Shop, you can keep all of your orders in the one spot. That's really fun. And but yeah, and if you don't want that product, you can remove it and continue shopping and find something else. All right, so we've done those supplies, so you've got all that under control. Down the bottom here where we had our links for the embroidery designs to OESD. This has changed a little bit. It will take you from, when you click on one of these symbols here, it'll take you to one of my landing pages for the OESD products. And then here you can click on the picture and it will take you, when it's ready, to OESD's website, okay? Just takes a little bit for it to, well, my internet's pretty slow because everyone's home on holidays right now. So you can see straight through to OESD, okay? So when you do any of these links, whether it's Hoop Sisters or Kimberbell, the same thing will happen. With Hoop Sisters, have a look and see if we've got one here. If not, you can either click on this or click here and you can go directly to the Hoop Sisters website. Also, Kimberbell's the same. Kimberbell, click on the icon or the link there and it will take you to directly to Kimberbell. We had to do that. We couldn't do it directly from that front screen. It just wasn't working, so this was the easiest way for me to put that in there. So yeah, so you're still able to do that, and there are what we call affiliate links with those guys. So we get a tiny little commission out of some of these, but if you're looking for a design that we don't have, then by all means, go and have a look there. Speaking of Kimberbell, if you click on this Kimberbell one, we've put up a lot of our dealer exclusive designs. So some of these are ones that you purchase through us because they're dealer exclusives, and they get delivered to your Kimberbell account. So you may not have seen all of these before. Some of you may, some of you may not. All you need to do is add it to cart, and we then organise that order to be delivered to you, to your Kimberbell account. All right, and we've put up our 2026 mystery quilts, the mistletoe mystery, so you can now subscribe for that. Okay, so again, we're working our way down the website. You can see everything's there. Some of this will change. There'll be some other featured product come in as we work our way through. But this is our news page. So if there's something new, it'll come up here as a little post, and that's so searchable as well in the website. And as I add new things, these will come in. But the most important part that I wanted to show you this morning is, well, you've shown me everything else, but you haven't shown me how to book a class or book my machine in. And this is exactly where we've got to go, right down here towards the bottom of the screen. The reason it's on the bottom is because it'll be able to show on any page that you're on in the website. So if I went to, say I was looking at some fabric and I scrolled down, it's there on that page as well. So you don't have to go off the page to actually see these links down at the bottom. Okay, so they're on every page as you search through the website, which is really good. So this one here is your class booking page. So you click there, it takes you to the regular booking page. Then, sorry, it's just so slow. There we go. Then the next one is to book your machine in for your service or repair. There's a new link on there. So if you've used a previous link and bookmarked it, you'll need to get rid of that because we've got a new calendar for that for 2026. And this one takes you through. You can see we're pretty loaded now up until around the 10th of March. This one here, this next one, book your 2026 long arm service. All you long armers out there, if you haven't put yourself on the service list for this year, this is where you go to do that. You need to come to this page and register before the 31st of March, and it will take you to a special page that looks like this. All you need to do is scroll down, read all the info and find your stage, select it, and then go through and book yourself in. All the information is here. this is only a closing date for registrations. That is not your service date, and all that information has been put into this particular information here. This is just the closing date for you to register. All right, so if you haven't done it yet, I'd get in there and get it done. The last one along here is our Creative Hub. Now, many of you may have registered already. Some of you may never have seen what this is. This will be a resource that is going to be expanding in 2026 because of lots of YouTube videos and technique and tutorials, Know Your Machine classes, that kind of thing. And this is where we store all that. And this is our learning platform. So if you haven't registered, it's free to register. You just need to click here. And then as you can go down, there's lots of stuff already in here. Stuff that's probably, we've got to update a little bit of stuff too. But there's videos, we've got a couple of lessons already in here. We've got our Know Your Machine lessons for the 710 in there already. So these is like a lesson platform. And this one will, once our website's bedded in, this will be the one that gets updated with new and interesting information. So yeah, it's an underutilised resource for us right now, but it is still a resource, and we will be doing more of that. So if you haven't looked at it, go in and register. That once you've registered, you'll be able to get access to all this. So this gives you a bit of a preview. Click in there to register, and you'll be able to open that up and have a look. I'll do another video on what's in there once I've done some updates on that, but go in and have a look at that. Yes, there is some paid content in here. Okay, so if you have bought, say, Freshly Picked, that quilt that we transformed from Hoop Sisters, there is a lesson in there about how you can recolor and do all those kinds of things. And we've got our 710. We've had some embroidery events in here too. So it is quite a fun place to have a look around. So get in there and register for that one. If you haven't joined the mailing list already, this is where you pop your details in there. And down the bottom here again, we've still got some search information. We've got our pages here about all of our terms and conditions and contact and stuff. Our trading hours are here. Our contact details are all here, and a little bit about us. But that's pretty much the website. Like we said, if you ever get lost, go straight back up and hit that River City logo there on the top left-hand corner, and that'll take you back home. So hopefully you've, like we've just seen there, and I know many of you have gone in and had a bit of a squeeze. I know some of you have ordered already online, which has been fabulous. So like I said, it is a work in progress. It's a website is a fluid thing. It basically always needs attention. Always something's going to change, and this is it's a new baby at the moment, so it needs lots of attention. So I appreciate all of you and your patience while we were without a website for a few weeks, and but hopefully this one makes it a little bit better to search for you and be able to find those things that you like. And you'll be surprised, like I am sometimes when I'm looking and been tweaking some of the product, just how many products and how many great products we have here at the store that you may not have seen. You know, we like to have good quality product here. So it's something, if I have the philosophy that if I wouldn't use it in my sewing room, then I generally don't stock it. So that's, you know, what we want, have quality, consistency. And look, there's some items that won't be in stock, but all you need to do is call and say, hey, I saw this on your website, but I can't order it. Please just give us a call or send me through an email. I'm happy to put that on an order for you. And yeah, there's quite a few items that we're restocking just to have product in so that you can order it online. So the good part is that eventually you'll be able to buy gift cards and a whole lot of other stuff that we weren't able to do before. That'll be in the progression, and we'll let you know when that happens. But right now, we're just sort of getting this up and online and bedding that in. So yeah, just watch those. If you're trying to look for Google right now and looking for some of the product, it's sending you to the old website and it's saying 404. It doesn't sort of read it. So if you've got any bookmarks in your computers that you've bookmarked, pages and stuff like that, just delete those, because you'll get that product, you know, it's a 404 message, it can't find it. That's because it's looking at a new direction and a new spot on the internet for this particular site to be. Okay, so, but yeah, once everything, I think you'll all enjoy it, and I think you'll enjoy scrolling through some of those products that we have in store. So one of the products that I did want to show you that we have new today is, I'm going to search for it. Is Emma Jean Jansen, and she's a designer Australian designer, and we've got a lot of her product in now. We've got at the start of some of her patterns and templates, and you can see them all here nice and bright, and happy to have them in the store. It'll be I'll be featuring them on the front page of the website once I can get that bit worked out. So at the moment, if you just search for Emma Jean Jansen, you'll be able to see all of her product here, and with all the different items that are in store right now. There's quite a few there. So yes, it's a nice. It's nice to be able to showcase some of our Australian designers and support them. So on that note, I want to say thanks for watching, wishing you all a really happy new year, and hope that your new year starts creatively and continues that way through 2026. And if you've got any queries or questions, please don't hesitate, call us. Don't forget, today 10 till 1, tomorrow 10 till 1. Next week we're back to normal hours as per the schedule, so we'll be back on deck with some, not all of our complement of people, so just bear with us until we've got a few people still on leave and holidays. So, but we're here for you if you need some help, either with a new machine, new, you know, classes, getting those machines booked in for service, all those kinds of things. So until next week, thanks for watching. Look forward to seeing you in store or online now really, really soon. So thanks for watching. Bye for now.